Hello, YouTube. Hello. 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 Oh, lo, 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 lo. Hello. Hello, YouTube. Hello. Hello, YouTube. Hello. So this is gonna be my first attempt at trying this whole YouTube shenanigans. First video, obviously, as you can kind of already see from the beginning of it, is from my trip to Amsterdam. So I went to Amsterdam last December with a good friend of mine. It was right after Christmas. I had never been. Obviously, I am new to Europe and I've only really traveled within France. So getting out and about is a little exciting when I finally do it. So I believe Amsterdam was my first trip outside of France. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good experiences, some of those which I will kind of be sharing with you today. So really the majority of this video is just gonna be like the last of my videos, where it's just like a montage of the footage I got throughout the trip. But I figured before I do all that, I can kind of a story time of sorts, a little campfire tale of my adventures in the Dam. So like I said, I went to Amsterdam. It was right after Christmas. I went with a good friend of mine. We went by bus. So the bus, we took it from Paris to Amsterdam. It took about 6 to 7 hours, but it was the worst commute of my life. So we're on the bus, we're about, 30 minutes in, probably not even that. And there's a couple that was sitting in front of us and they were on their honeymoon from Chile, I guess. Well, I mean, that's what they told us. So I feel like it's, common, what would you say? It's common decency. It's like one of those like unspoken rules that whenever you're on a bus, you don't put your seat back. Because first of all, the buses are like crammed in there like sardines. This was a daytime trip. It wasn't like I could see if it was overnight. They put their seats back. It's a full bus. There's absolutely no space. The guy in front of me was literally, his head was literally on my lap. So we had to spend the entire 7-hour bus ride like that. It was not fun whatsoever. Throughout the entire trip, my friend tried annoying them through conversation. So she would just talk to them being like, where are you guys from? Where are you going? And they're like, oh, we just went to Paris, we're going to Amsterdam, then we're going to London. And my friend was just like, oh, I lived in London. It's great. Meanwhile, I was just sitting there and I was like, I hope your marriage falls apart. So, for them to be the only ones to like put their seats back, it was kind of... Finally got to the bus station in Amsterdam. From there, it was getting towards being pretty late. It was about 6, 7 in the afternoon. So from there, we went to our hostel. It's my first time ever staying in a hostel, but I feel like this was probably the best first experience I could have ever had with a hostel. The name of the hostel was Flying Pig. I believe they have like 3 locations in the Netherlands. We stayed in the uptown one and it was super. The hostel was nice. It was definitely more of a younger, hip type of vibe. Very young. The rooms were nice. Obviously, like, I'm assuming this goes for any hostel. You are obviously cramped in a room with like 8 other strangers. So if someone decides to wake up at 6:30 in the morning to get started on their day, well, guess you're gonna have to wake up with them. There at the hostel, we met some cool people. A lot of people from Chile, honestly. So throughout this entire like 4-day, 5-day trip that we were there, me and my friend just kind of had like a little beef with people from Chile. So anytime someone told us that they were from Chile, we were kind of just like, right, we know the type. So I've been in Paris for about a year now. At this point, it was December. I had only been in Paris for about 3 months, but there's definitely such a big culture change between Paris and Amsterdam. And I'm pretty sure this goes for like any major city in Europe, but I just loved everything that Amsterdam was, everything that made Amsterdam, Amsterdam. So the big thing that I think summarizes Amsterdam is bikes. There's just bikes everywhere. Everyone's on bikes. I think there's more bikes than people. Pretty sure more bikes than cars. There's bikes everywhere. They're just like stacked on top of each other on the streets. No one really uses cars. I mean, obviously people still use cars, but there's more bikes than cars. They have very specific bike-only lanes. It's like, that's their priority. It's like bikes come first, and then your Bugatti. Bikes, and then your Tesla. The other thing, compared to Paris, Amsterdam is so clean. It was if you've ever been to Paris, if you've from Paris or, you know, you're visiting Paris, I think it's safe to say everyone comes to the conclusion that Paris is mugroso as fuck. Sucio. Está sucio la ciudad. Feo. Compared to Paris, Amsterdam is spotless. It's obviously used to have dirty alleys and stuff, but you know, it's like behind restaurants. Obviously they need somewhere to throw the trash and whatnot, but nothing compared to Paris. Overall, the city of Amsterdam is gorgeous. You should definitely go visit if you have the chance or make the chance. If you already live in Europe, whether that be France, Germany, you know, any of the countries right next door, it's super cheap to just take a bus, go for a couple days. Flying Pig Hostel was extremely cheap. I think it was no more than 20 euros a night. As far as food, I don't think we tried any like authentic Amsterdamian food. Is that a thing? Let's see, we got there. We went to one place called Wago Mama. A few things we did is I ice skated. Never really properly learned how to ice skate, but you know, I kind of got the hang of it considering the ice was not the best. And we also went to a Banksy museum, and you know, Banksy's one of my favorite street artists. It was kind of cool to see some of his stuff, you know, very woke, very Banksy. Cool. So other than that, Amsterdam was a pretty good trip. Definitely a place I would revisit considering it's so cheap. Yeah, so here's the rest of my little montage video. Hope you enjoy that. So my goal for this next school year is to definitely get a little bit more serious about this YouTube thing. Hopefully I'll be able to make a couple more videos a couple times a month. I have a lot of footage from a couple trips that I've taken that I have not made any edits of. So I have a trip from when I went to Barcelona. I have a few trips from the few times I've gone to Disneyland Paris here in Paris, and I'm going to London in a couple weeks, and I'm moving to a new apartment, so I will be hopefully making a video of all that shit. For now, there's this Amsterdam video. Hope it's pretty good. Those are just my small little anecdotes of the city. Hope you enjoy this small montage. So, what? C'est tout. Je pense que c'était tout. Bon bah, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. All right, bye. Bye.